Good morning. I'm climbing a mountain today. As you may know by now, I recently relocated. I moved to southeastern Idaho. Some of you may know that for the last several years, and I've shown these in some of my videos before, I've been working on climbing the highest point in each county in Utah. There are 29 counties in Utah, and I've done 26 of them so far. I have just 3 more to do, and I'll climb those sometime in the next couple of years whenever I'm in the area of those mountains. But as you might know, I no longer live in Utah. I live now in southeast Idaho. And so yes, that means that I am starting to hike the Idaho County high points. I actually don't know off the top of my head how many counties are in Idaho. I have climbed the highest mountain in Idaho, Bora Peak, did that several years ago, and so I have one ticked off the list so far, but I have a bunch more. And Idaho, I think, will be significantly more difficult than Utah. There is some wild, wild country in Idaho, and I think there are some just really epic mountains that I need to get up that require, you know, backpacking trips. Should be a lot of fun. Another issue complicating things or making things more difficult is that I live in the very southeast corner of Idaho, and Idaho is a very long state. To get from where I am to the northern part of Idaho is more than a 9-hour drive. So we'll see how that goes this year. I'll probably climb a handful of them this year. And I also want to climb all of the 12,000 foot mountains in Idaho. There aren't too many. That's like the highest level of mountains there are. There aren't mountains higher than 12,000 feet. I think I can knock all of those out in 2 summers. Anyway, the mountain that I'm hiking up now is called Oxford Peak. It's a pretty substantial mountain. It's one of the larger mountains in southeastern Idaho. And it's like 8,000 or 9,000 feet and has 4,000 feet of elevation gain. And I think it's about 12 miles round trip. So not a joke of a mountain. There is still quite a bit of snow on the mountain. I might be able to avoid most of it, I'm not entirely sure. But even if there is snow, it's not a big deal. Been hiking for about half an hour now, and this is just a surprisingly beautiful area. Here's the mountain. I believe my route will take me up this ridge and then along here to the top. But just gorgeous meadows, gorgeous flowers. It is a beautiful day to be out hiking. Well, it's 11 o'clock now. Decided to stop and take a break. I'm at about 7,700 feet. The summit up there is at 9,200, I think. So that's what, 1,500 feet left? The going has been pretty slow. Ever since crossing a stream way down there, I've just been kind of bushwhacking straight up the mountain. There hasn't been a trail. There's no trail for the rest of the way up here as far as I know. But I really can't get over how beautiful this hike is, especially how beautiful it was down there with all the green and kind of the rolling hills and the meadows and the wildflowers. Just gorgeous. I think the rest of the hike here is just going up this ridge. I think up here and then over. And sorry for the wind noise. Here's the view. Looking out, just gorgeous country. Lots of mountain ranges. I'm gonna rest here for another 10 minutes or so, have some food, and then I'll continue on my way. Oh man. Hopefully this camera is still working after I dropped it in the snow, face first in the snow back there. But I'm on top of the mountain. It took about 4.5 hours for me to get here. Beautiful. Perfect weather, very little wind, green valleys, snow-capped peaks in all directions. Like I can't see anywhere that doesn't have mountains. It's beautiful. I don't think I even mentioned what this mountain is called. It's called Oxford Peak. Let me see here. It is the high point of Oneida County here in southeast Idaho. 9,282 feet. It has 4,002 feet of prominence, and it's the 7th highest of Idaho's 44. Did I say 7th? I meant 17th highest of Idaho's 44 county high points. So toward the upper end of the middle of the pack. Overall, fantastic peak. Really enjoyable. Just gorgeous scenery, and I'm really happy to be up here. You know, being up here and hiking up here and starting another like big project in the form of climbing the Idaho County high points, and it's a big commitment. It's a quest, and it got me thinking of a book called, what's it called? The Happiness of Pursuit by Chris Guillebeau. And it's a really interesting book about basically quests that people go on. So the author, Chris Guillebeau, he ended up going to every country in the world. That was his main quest. And he talks about other quests that other people have in a variety of fields, and it's just interesting. And so if this kind of thing interests you, you know, it doesn't have to be peak bagging, it doesn't have to be county high pointing, but if that kind of, the lure of that kind of adventure, that kind of challenge interests you, that's a book that I recommend. I'll put a link to it in the description and in the comments if I can remember to do that. There's a summit register here on top in a little jar, and I opened it up and looked at it and signed it, and I'm the first person to climb this thing. To clean off the camera there. The first person to climb this mountain this year in 2019. It's pretty cool. I've already snacked, I've already flown the drone, already got some more water in me. So I think I'm about ready to head back down. I do want to show you this valley out here. This is beautiful. This is the valley to the east of me here. It's just a pretty place. Good sized mountains on the far side of the valley. There's lots of green fields down in the bottom. Hope you enjoyed the hike up. I'm gonna head back down. I'm not gonna film it, but I will meet back up with you once I get back down to my car. I have to go back up and over this little summit and then down that ridge and then down here and then down out this canyon out here. Oh man, I'm tired. Didn't take too long to get back down. It was like 2 hours. The going was actually pretty quick, but feels good to be back. I'm ready to just sit in the car for a little bit. I wish I had my cooler with me. I should have left. Here's a tip for you. If you're not gonna bring a cooler, bring drinks anyway, bring cans or bottles, stick them in the creek. That's something in the past I keep saying I should do and I never do it. It's a missed opportunity right there. I could really go for a cold drink right now. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna head home, but probably go scope out a couple more creeks and streams along the way. You don't need to see that. I think we can just end the video here. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this first Idaho adventure, this first adventure in our new home. I'm really excited for what the upcoming year and years we'll have in this area on the channel. Let me know what your favorite part was, and I will see you in the next adventure.